Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to talk about the man, the myth, the legend, Danny MacAskill. For those who don't know, Danny is a Scottish professional street trials rider and daredevil extraordinaire. He's known for his insane stunts and mind-bending tricks, and he's become something of a YouTube sensation. But what you might not know is that Danny's path to YouTube stardom wasn't always smooth sailing. In fact, he's had his fair share of hilarious mishaps and embarrassing moments along the way. So, without further ado, let's take a look at some of the funniest moments of Danny MacAskill's career. First up, we have the time Danny tried to ride his bike across a tightrope. Now, for most people, this would be a daunting challenge, but for Danny, it was just another day at the office. He geared up, hopped on his bike, and started pedaling across the wire, and everything was going great until he hit a gust of wind and went tumbling off the other side. The crowd gasped as Danny plummeted to the ground, and then burst out laughing when he popped up, dusted himself off, and gave a thumbs up. Next, we have the time Danny tried to ride his bike down a flight of stairs, backwards. This was one of his more daring stunts, and it was clear he was feeling a bit nervous, but he put on a brave face, turned his bike around, and started inching his way down the steps, and then he lost his balance and tumbled head over heels all the way to the bottom. But even as he lay there, tangled up in his bike and covered in bruises, he couldn't help but laugh at the absurdity of it all. Of course, it's not just Danny's stunts that are funny, sometimes it's the things he says. Take, for instance, the time he was doing an interview and was asked about his diet. Well, he said, "I try to eat healthy, but I do love my haggis and deep-fried Mars bars." The interviewer looked horrified, and Danny burst out laughing. "I'm just kidding, mate," he said. "I'm not that Scottish." And finally, we have the time Danny decided to take a break from stunts and do something a bit more normal. He headed out to his local park with a frisbee, ready to have a nice, relaxing game with his friends. But as soon as he threw the frisbee, he realized he had a problem. He couldn't catch it. Every time he reached out, the frisbee sailed right past him. His friends were in stitches as Danny stumbled around, trying to figure out why he couldn't catch a simple frisbee. "I guess I'm just better on two wheels," he said, grinning. And there you have it, folks, some of the funniest moments in Danny MacAskill's career. Of course, we can't forget that behind all the laughter and antics is an incredibly talented and dedicated athlete. Danny's stunts may be funny, but they're also awe-inspiring, and it's clear that he's pushed himself to the absolute limits to achieve what he has. So here's to Danny. May he continue to amaze us, make us laugh, and above all, stay safe out there.